Shalom Yasharallah. First and foremost, I want to say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth in righteousness and sincerity to you Israelite foreigners. Come back home to the truth, to those that passed on serving the Lord. The dead in Yahweh Shai shall arise first. To you sisters who believe, keep encouraging and supporting your brothers who are out here teaching this truth. And always commemorate the sister who washed Yahweh Shai feet when you read the scriptures. All right. I want to talk about, today is so-called December 26th, so it's the day after so-called Christmas. And I got to tell you, man, in my youth, when I was younger, even before I came into this truth, there was already people of color, us black and Latino people, mostly so-called black brothers and sisters. The Hispanics hadn't woken up yet. But we was all in, we used to shun Christmas. I'm not sitting here saying it was a universal thing, but I came up in the 5%er era where, Wu-Tang was on the radio, and that was a great time, honestly. As much as the teachings of the 5% is false, I gotta say that at the very least, they got people to look at alternative ways to live your life as far as outside of Christianity, outside of Christmas, outside of, worshiping and celebrating these false holidays. Yesterday, what I saw on social media, so many people, I'm still getting text messages from people saying Merry Christmas. And I'm talking about people that know that I've been in the truth all these years. They're still saying to me, and I'm still texting them back, bah humbug. There's still people telling me Merry Christmas. I don't get it. Like, since when did we become so conformist? We weren't like that before. Our people in the 90s, man, I'm telling you. And then social media kicks. And then you got people that are supposedly awoke. And I'm talking about really woke. Maybe not to the extent of the truth, but, it's like people don't know where the fuck they're standing. They really don't. The way they defend things, it's like, damn, we've, as black and brown people, we've taken a total step back. We've regressed in the way we're supposed to be doing things. Because like I said, back in the day, there was, not that there was no Christmas, but there was a lot less Christmas than there is now. With that 5% doctrine, our people were heading in the direction of moving away from Christianity. 5% really turns out to be switching one devil for another, but I don't know. I would prefer 5% to Christianity, because at the very least, I don't know. They do say that they're God. But even that, with the proper understanding, Psalms 82 verse 6, you can understand that they still know that they're men. But this new Negro and Hispanic in 2026, 2025, almost so-called 2026, is different. It's like we're back. We moved back into total stupidity. We've regressed. And that's just kind of what I see now in the world. I see the knowledge is out there, But I guess what it is that, and this is what the problem is with the age of information. The knowledge is out there, but a lot of this knowledge that's out there is being kind of hidden among stupidity. You know, it's the age of information, but it's also the age of misinformation. A lot of lies are being pushed too. A lot of exaggerations. Like, you know, you'll read the shit about Christmas being a pagan holiday, but then they'll mix in lies to make that point. That's what the problem is a lot of times with these people. They research things like Christmas and see that it's a pagan holiday, but they also research things and find out, okay, this is an exaggeration. This is just made, this article was just made to deter people from celebrating Christmas. So then, I guess the silly among our people go back to Christmas. You know, and I posted something on social media yesterday. I said, it really had to take the devil himself to get black and brown people to believe that the greatest time of the year is in the cold. I mean, you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, New Year's, all close to one another. All these false holidays are close to one another. And this is the time of the year that our people become well-trained slaves and say, hey, Merry Christmas. And then they got a little woke and stop doing, well, they still do Thanksgiving, but they'll do something called Friendsgiving. Pure stupidity. Pure stupidity. Just doing things off of the unholy days. Celebrating things that are false, and creating their own versions of the false holidays. Friendsgiving. Or years ago, they had something called Christmas, Hanukkah, Wanzakah. Oh, damn. I'm sorry. I'm still not there yet. I'm actually okay cold-wise. I need to drink some honey. That's what it is. You know, because all that coughing, you know, dries out your throat. But anyway, back to so-called Christmas and all that bullshit. Yeah, our people celebrating, black and brown people celebrating Christmas in 2025 is borderline saying that we, that was in the truth earlier, have failed at teaching our people that Christmas is a false holiday. It's borderline saying that we failed. How the fuck y'all don't know that? Because during the Wu-Tang era, not all our people, but a good amount of our people left Christianity. Now you're going back on the plantation. You know how many posts I saw? Oh, happy birthday, Jesus. Y'all niggas are stupid, man. I'm sorry. And I guess y'all thought y'all was half woke because you said, oh, well, you know, we don't celebrate Christmas, you know, to a white Jesus. You know, we know Jesus, but you're still celebrating Christmas. You're still celebrating demonic holidays. These are demonic fucking holidays. The idea that you have to bring a fucking gift to a tree is demonic. It's an ancient satanic holiday. And although the deity being worshipped isn't Satan himself, it's a false deity. It's paganism. How you gonna go to church and praise one God or masjid? Well, Muslims don't celebrate Christmas. But you're gonna go to church and praise one God, acknowledge that there's one God, but then celebrate a fucking pagan holiday. And you don't see shit wrong with it. Y'all are crazy, man. And I'm talking about grown-ass black and brown people that lived through the era where we were starting to get a little bit more conscious. You know, I get it, man. The conscious community, the woke folk, they're not much better than Christianity and religious folk. I get that. Trust me, I get that. But don't go back to the devil, the obvious devil. You know, it's like our people just regress and regress. And this is the age where information is out there for you. The information is there, but because there's also misinformation and there's people that exaggerate upon false information, they'll take something that's true and add phony shit to it just to make the case. You decide to simplify your life and just go right back to celebrating fucking Christmas. Like, who the fuck? Nature tells you that January 1st is not New Year's. It's snowy, it's cold. What's being renewed here? It's something very simple. You're going to tell somebody it's a new year in the middle of the night. When the clock strikes 12, nothing is new. It's not even a new day. Why do you think they call it midnight? It's the middle of the night. Nothing is renewed. Do you think that and then you argue with people, oh, well, you know, it says so on the calendar. So fuck your calendar. Before this calendar, what do you think people did to understand what day and time they were living in? How did they mark their New Year's before there was a fucking calendar? Before Pope Gregory, there was a Gregorian calendar. How do you think we marked our New Year's? Think critically. Look at the sun, moon, and the stars. Nature. Nature renews during the spring. But you're still going to have people telling each other Happy New Year's. I'm still going to have friends that are going to tell me Happy New Year's. And I'm going to tell them it's not the New Year's. And they're going to look at me crazy. Nigga, you're looking at a fucking calendar made by a white man. I'm looking at nature made by God. It's basic common sense, y'all. I'm looking at nature made by God, by the Heavenly Father, and seeing it's not a fucking New Year. We're not even close to the New Year right now. That's how satanic the society is. Stupid, too. But anyway, I think the point is made. No need to belabor the point. You know, our people are just regressing. And Christmas is a symbol of it. These attachment to these fake holidays, and then going on social media and clowning people for not celebrating false holidays. That'd be fun if they make fun of the people that are actually telling you the truth. You ever notice? Oh, get your fake woke ass out of here. Nigga, don't get mad at me because I broke the mold and you didn't. You know, I'm not telling you got to worship who I worship. I mean, you should. But, I mean, all signs point to Christmas is wrong. But you motherfuckers don't think. Even if you didn't believe in in the Most High, right? You don't see Christmas is wrong, evil, off. There's not enough information out there about it, proving that it's a false holiday. Christmas is worse than Halloween to me. Halloween is blatant evil. Christmas is to me, it's Halloween with nice wrapping. That's all that is. But anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.